price. Left home young and innocent, came back to protest signs. But he still wakes up screaming in the middle of the night. Falls down upon his hands and knees, praying, God, won't you help me find peace of mind? That what I did was right. Back in 67, I was told to go and fight. Give it all I had. Now all I wanna find is a country proud of a job I've done. about me. Yeah, I'm drinking. All the rumors are true, really sinking. In a broken heart of blue. Well, you told me you still love me, but girl, how could it be? If you still want your freedom, then you ain't wanting me. So what about me? What about us? Why she dances alone? No, nobody knows. Nobody knows. Is there something at home? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Why she dances alone? No, nobody knows. Nobody knows what she's running from. You can ask her to dance if you want, but you smile and just say no. Nobody knows why she
And a good Saturday morning to all of you out there. Joe Seals live here in the Right Side Broadcasting Network studio in Auburn, Alabama. We are live, yes, this is our cameraman live right now in New Orleans for a Get Out the Vote rally for John Kennedy, who is running for the Republican Senate seat there. Mike Pence, Vice President-elect Mike Pence, will be there later on to speak. This is something that we're doing in coordination with the Louisiana GOP, and we're very, very excited to be here. I want to thank everybody for allowing us to be there and have such a good spot right out front. We have so many things coming up. I want to encourage everybody to look back at the live stream that we ran earlier of Dennis Michael Lynch. I want to tell you a little bit about Dennis Michael Lynch. For those of you who don't know, he is a superstar, and he is had hosted his own show on. He's been on Fox News. He's been on a lot of different networks. He has had his own show on Newsmax not too long ago, and they pulled the plug on him right in the middle of the show for some things he was saying. You can read all about it, but the guy is amazing, and you need to check him out. He's going to be bringing his talents to our network. We're collaborating with him and some others to bring you a block of programming very soon. He will do his famous walk and talk rallies that you or walk and talks that you see as you saw earlier today that we ran, and also he'll be doing his own show, and it'll be set up sort of the way if you look back at our election night coverage. And I think this will be huge. So I want you guys to share this, get the word out that DML is going to be you're going to be able to watch him live on Right Side Broadcasting now. It's a big deal. And then of course, I want everybody to check out a young lady named Cassie Dillon. She's amazing, and her friend Will be hosting their own show on our network called Raised Right, which will be targeted to millennials and young conservatives. It's going to be really cool. Check her out at Cassie Dillon. That is coming up in the next few weeks. We want to have a whole block of programming for you guys within the next couple of months. I've hired producers, I've hired new talent, and we're all going to be working hard over the next month to make sure this is all in place by January. So I want everybody to please donate to us and help us out at rsbn.tv/donate. It's a big deal for us. It's costing us a lot of money. And if we didn't think that this was possible, we wouldn't have done it. Your donations got us through the campaign. Your donations got us through the primaries, and it is the lifeblood of our company, because other than the advertising revenue, that's all we have. We're not taking donations from big investors because we don't want to answer to anybody but our viewers. So if you can, please help us out at rsbn.tv/donate. We have other things coming up as well. Next week, you're going to get to see our full completed newsroom and studio live. We're going to be doing some test streams. We're going to hold a fundraiser to help us out because we really need the money right now. We have exhausted a lot of our funds building our studio and newsroom. Once you see it, you guys will understand why. This thing is high-tech, state-of-the-art, and we have that's going to be the production hub here. We're also opening an office in Washington, D.C. We'll be live at the White House for all the press briefings. Everything you're going to be able to watch on the big networks you can watch here, except for we don't have hosts peddling fake news. We're for real, and want to thank everybody for tuning in. We will keep this feed up until Mike Pence speaks. It might be a while, but tune in, and we will continue to tune in, and we'll see you back here. I'll update you when I know a more detailed schedule.
protest signs, but he still wakes up screaming in the middle of the night. Falls down upon his hands and knees, praying, God, won't you help me find peace of mind? That what I did was right. Back in 67, I was told to go and fight. Gave it all I had. Now all I wanna find is a country proud of a job I've done and a little peace of mind. Well, she didn't win no medal, red cross upon her sleeve. It was her life's mission, helping those in need. She can still see their faces, finds it hard to sleep sometimes, as she lifts her hands to heaven, praying, God, won't you help me find peace of mind? That what I did was right. After 9/11, I was asked to go and fight. I gave it all I had. Now all I wanna find is a country proud
like to welcome everyone to the LA GOP Get Out the Vote rally featuring Vice President-elect of the United States, Mike Pence. I'd like to thank God for the election of Vice President Pence and our next President of the United States, Donald Trump. My name is Roger Villery, and it's been an honor to serve as chairman of the Republican Party of Louisiana and as a vice chairman for the Republican National Committee. Our goal today is to send a message to conservative voters throughout the state of Louisiana to get out and vote on Saturday, December 10th, for John Kennedy for U.S. Senate. We want you to vote for Mike Johnson for Congress in the 4th District and Bodie White for Mayor, President of Baton Rouge. Let's give him a big. And don't forget about our other great Republican candidates that's going to be on the ballot. Together, we'll all make America great again. Now, it's my pleasure to welcome our former LA GOP chair and the first woman chair of the Louisiana Republican Party, Pat Brister. Pat?
Hello. What an exciting day. We're so happy to be here. I now serve as Parish President of St. Tammany Parish, and I could not be more honored to be here. And I see a lot of my constituents here. I'm going to be your MC today, introducing people as they come up to speak to you. But first, we'd like to start with our opening prayer. And I'd like to introduce Ben Clapper, who's the director of Louisiana Right to Life. Ben?
Thank you. Before I begin in prayer, I just want to say National Right to Life is proud to endorse John Kennedy as the only candidate in this race that is 100% pro-life and that we can rely on from day one to be a pro-life senator. I encourage all of you to go out this next week and make sure you're educating voters on how John Kennedy stands as the 100% reliable pro-life choice for U.S. Senate. Let's bow our heads in prayer. Let's recognize that we're in God's presence. Father, as we find ourselves in a season of preparation, both in our personal walk with you and the walk of this nation, and as we prepare for the advent of new leadership in our land, we, your people, desire an overflowing of the gifts of your Holy Spirit. We pray for wisdom for our leaders and understanding. We pray for an outpouring of strength and humility. We are blessed, Lord, that we live in a nation where liberty and justice abound. But Lord, we pray that our nation may be a land where liberty and justice is secured, not just for some, but for all. May the right to life, the foundation on which all other rights intrinsically stand, be restored in our nation. May liberty, especially our religious liberty, be cherished and protected. We give thanks for the sacrifice that those that have served and those that serve our nation today, especially those in harm's way. And Lord, we pray for President-elect Trump. And in a special way today, we pray for Vice President-elect Pence. May they lead us together through an integritous walk to a new era of prosperity. And Lord, as we look upon the horizon of new leadership, we realize that Louisiana has the privilege and the responsibility of casting the final votes in this election year. Let our citizens appreciate the gravity of their vote and cast it after due reflection. We offer to you the outcome of the election and pray that the man elected here in Louisiana next week will serve our state with integrity. We give you all honor and glory, Lord, and pray that our nation and each of us will always be rooted in your will above our own. May God bless America. We pray all of this in the name of your Son, Jesus. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. Please remain standing while I introduce Lane Carson. Lane is, first of all, he's a constituent of mine, and I love him. But he also was the former head of the Louisiana Department of Veterans Affairs, and he has done so much for our well-deserving veterans to help them through many, many trying times. So, Lane, would you please join us?
morning. Certainly want to urge all of my fellow veterans all across the state to go out strong next Saturday, the 10th, to support our good future Senator John Kennedy. You know, the new president-elect and vice president-elect is going to need some good, strong men like John there with him to help restore our military and always be there for our veterans in our time of need. So with that, let's all stand and do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you, and next we're going to hear from Representative Garrett Graves for some remarks. Garrett?
This is the calmest Mardi Gras party I've ever been to. How about getting a little rowdy for Vice President-elect Pence? There we go. That's how we do it. You know, we're in an amazing place, Lakefront Airport. This place was built in the 1930s, and at the time it was known as the air hub of the Americas. It was the gold standard. And what we saw is a withering on the vine over many, many years. In fact, this place in Hurricane Katrina was completely wiped out, all underwater and devastated. But then you saw the community come together and they said, you know what? We want to renew, we want to restore, we want to recover, we want something better, we want to make it great. And you saw the community reinvest and rebuild this place, and look at it today. It's amazing. And I think there's an analogy there for the country. We've been on a trajectory that people aren't supportive of. Skyrocketing insurance prices for healthcare, we're paying more and getting less. We're losing energy jobs, our petrochemical industry's been pounded. And the state of Louisiana and America said no more. We want something better, we want something greater, and there was a resounding victory last month. But you know what? This nation has not fully heard from Louisiana yet. We still have 3 races. And we need to send Vice President-elect Pence, we need to send Donald Trump, some more people that have a like mind, some more people that are going to push this country in a different direction, that are going to represent you. And so I'm looking forward to all of you going to vote today, going to vote on December 10th, and let's send our Vice President, let's send our President 3 more allies to make America great again. God bless.
Thank you, Representative Graves. Next, it's my pleasure to introduce our Lieutenant Governor, Billy Lynn Gesser. I will admit, I've known Billy since he was a little kid, and he's always been around the Republican Party. But make sure he shows you his socks today.
Okay, here we go. The hair's a little messed up. Thank you all for being here today. You know, over the last year, being involved in the flooding across Louisiana, we saw incredible acts of courage, kindness from each of you, from our neighbors helping neighbors, and people from all over the country coming to Louisiana to help us in time of need. We've seen it time and time again, the great people of Louisiana pulling ourselves up and getting back to work. I want to thank you for electing our new president and vice president, but the job's not done. We need to give the president a few more tools in his toolbox to make Louisiana great again. So please, make sure you pull your neighbors, your friends, your family, make some phone calls, and get everyone out to vote today. Early voting ends, and next Saturday on Election Day. And let's give the president and vice president those tools they need to make Louisiana great again. Thank you, and God bless you.
That's the shortest speech Billy's ever made. It is also now my pleasure to introduce Representative Abraham.
What a great day to be in New Orleans, and thank you guys for getting our Vice President Pence and our President-elect Trump to this spot. So again, pat yourselves on the back It's a good day. Now, Billy said, and please remember, this is the last day of early voting. So get on your four-wheeler, get in your boat, walk down to your neighbors, and pull them out of their house and get them down and vote. December 10th, next Saturday, is the election. We've got to show a strong presence here in Louisiana. John Kennedy's run as the outsider of Washington. Let me tell you, we know he is. He's one of us, guys. He knows how to pull mud in this gumbo with a pair of hip boots. He knows how to bait a hook, whether it's for white perch or red snapper. He is one of us. And you always associate who associates with him. The NRA, the National Right to Life, the Small Business Federations. These are good organizations that have our core values that we in this room encompass. And again, John is tight with your dollar, he's tight with my dollar. He has given $315 million back of lost money to us. He has made smart investments for Louisiana to the point that he has returned $3.4 billion, that's with a B, dollars to Louisiana. These are the kind of people that we need in Washington that watches our backs, watches our monies, and watch everything we do as conservatives. And again, like every speaker before me has said, we need to give President-elect Trump, Vice President-elect Pence more wind under their sail, because let me tell you guys, we're going to soar very high. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Representative. Next, it's my pleasure to introduce our Attorney General Landry, Jeff Landry. And I appreciate the work he has done since he's come into office. We've worked with him many, many times, and he's always available to us, and we thank you for that, Jeff. Thank you.
All right, how are y'all today? I just want y'all to take just a big, deep breath. I just want to go back. I bet you at the beginning of this year, many of you started that year like I did. How are we going to take the White House? And of course, we had to go through that primary series. We had the untimely death of Justice Anthony Scalia, which certainly caused me to almost go into a fit of depression. But you know what? We rallied that call. And Donald Trump picked Governor Pence to be his running mate, who I tell you, when he did that, I said, we got us a team. And then, of course, the media, as they so do, were completely against us. But on Election Day, you and the American people showed them that they were wrong. And Americans all around this country recognize that America needs to and wants to be great again. And now it's time for Louisiana to do its part. And I know that y'all are exhausted. I know that y'all are tired. Can this campaign season just end? But we got a couple other guys back here. Look, I got plenty to do, trust me. But I'm going to tell you something. It is so important. The eyes of the nation are watching us. Because in order for us to move that agenda, in order for us to ensure that conservatives sit on the Supreme Court, we have to send John Kennedy to the Senate. So I'm just going to ask you, please, early voting ends today. Call someone and ask them if they can go vote today. And then on Friday and on Saturday, call everyone in that nice smartphone you have, text them, call them, email them, and please tell them to go vote and send John Kennedy to the U.S. Senate. God bless you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Jeff. Next, our speaker will be Representative Fleming. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Let me ask you a question. Can a nation maintain its identity and its sovereignty without protecting its borders? Well then, what are we going to do to protect our borders? Build a wall. And who is going to build it? Trump. And who's going to pay for it? Mexico. Okay, very good. Look, I was elected to Congress in 2008, began my tenure in 2009, and what did we get with a fully Democrat-controlled House, Senate, and the Oval Office? We got Obamacare. We got the stimulus bill. We got Dodd-Frank. We got bad bills after bad bills, and then the regulatory system just went crazy. And ladies and gentlemen, I really have to tell you that our very democracy is really on the edge. And yet we've been pulled back from that edge with the recent election of Donald Trump and Mike Pence. Amen? So this is what's going to happen. Almost from day one, we're going to begin the repeal of Obamacare. Absolutely. Then we'll go to work on replacement. President Trump will begin rolling back the regulations, taking 2 for every new one that we ever have in the future. He's going to begin tax reform almost immediately, lowering the burdens on small businesses and creating jobs. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a wonderful days ahead of us in the next decade under Donald Trump. But let me say this, maybe what's more important than anything is the future of the Supreme Court. We know that law has been created by the Supreme Court. More importantly than anything, we need to have justices who are going to be originalists and they're going to be conservatives. And so that's the reason why I'm behind John Kennedy, because he will support conservative originalists to the Supreme Court. And so I want you to turn out to vote. If you haven't voted already, be sure and be there on December 10th to elect our next U.S. Senator, a Republican, John Kennedy, to United States Senate. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much, Ron. Little did I know many years ago, as I watched this little kid running around on the street in Metairie, who lived on the corner, did I ever realize he would be the third-ranking Republican in this country. But I am proud to tell you, I've known him all his life, and he's a great, great man. Please help me welcome Representative Steve Scalise.
Good morning, everybody. Can you just feel the excitement in the air? I'll tell you what, and thank you, Pat, for that great introduction. When we go to Washington these days and you're looking around in the House chamber, the excitement throughout our chamber on our side of the aisle is just unbelievable, because now we've got a great opportunity to finally get our country back on track and make America great again. Now, let me be honest with you. The excitement is not shared amongst all 435 members of the House of Representatives. On the other side of the aisle, there is depression over there, because they're finally starting to realize that the 8 years of Barack Obama and the devastation to our economy and the depletion of our military is about to end, and that starts on January 20th. We've already been planning out the first 100 days, and let me tell you, it's going to be busy, it's going to be exciting, it's going to be the kind of thing that we've been wanting for so long, to get our country back on track with real, bold, conservative reforms. And we've been working very closely with Donald Trump and Mike Pence, who's going to be our next vice president, who's going to be speaking in a moment. And there cannot be better cooperation. We're going to come out the box in the first 100 days with some really big, exciting things. And one of the first things is going to be to gut Obamacare and get that bill to the president's desk where he'll sign it. Y'all remember back earlier this year when Barack Obama vetoed the Keystone Pipeline? We're going to put that same bill back on President Trump's desk, and he's going to sign and greenlight and build the Keystone Pipeline. We're going to start unraveling these radical regulations that have been killing jobs in America and sending jobs overseas. And you just saw the other day when Mike Pence and Donald Trump went to Indiana and said, we're going to bring those jobs that were going to go to Mexico back to the United States at Carrier. And he's not even in office yet. Now, let me tell you something about what's at stake right here. Liberals have not given up. There's only one race left in the country, and it's next week. And liberals are already targeting and saying, can we steal one away by trying to elect a liberal to the Senate in Louisiana? We're not going to let that happen, are we? Next week's the election, but today you can still go early vote. This is the last day for early voting. So if you can't make it next Saturday, make sure you do it today and vote for John Kennedy to be our next senator. It's so important that we have allies in the Senate to move this agenda onto that desk. But let me tell you something about my friend Mike Pence. I had the honor of serving with Mike Pence for 5 years in the U.S. House before he went on to be governor of Indiana, and has done an incredible job over there. There is no more passionate conservative, no more sincere, devoted man to help get this country back on track. But we all remember in those dark days in 2010, right after the horrible Deepwater Horizon disaster, when Barack Obama came in and said, we're going to end drilling and put a moratorium in place, and started putting thousands of people out of work. Every single day, Mike Pence would come over to me and say, Steve, what can I do to help you get people back to work in Louisiana? That's the kind of man that Mike Pence is. That's the kind of leader he's going to be as our vice president. And working with John Kennedy in the Senate, working with President Trump and Vice President Pence, we're going to make America great again. We're going to fulfill that promise and get this country back on track. It's an exciting time. Thank you all for being here today.
I wanted him to come back up because we are so proud of our majority whip from Louisiana. Give him another great round of applause. Next, I'd like to introduce Senator Cassidy. Since Senator Cassidy has gone to D.C., he has been amazing. The time he has spent here in Louisiana, listening to our issues and going back and writing bills to help us get through those issues. I could not be prouder today than to introduce Senator Bill Cassidy. Thank you.
It is good to see you. Hey, Susie. Now, some of you know that I teach with LSU Medical School. I'm a gastroenterologist. I would tell people during the campaign, gastroenterology prepared me very well for Washington, D.C. But I'm a teacher. We're about to have a set of yes-no questions. Listen to the question, and then I'm going to give you a chance to say yes or no. You ready? Who wants to repeal Obamacare? Yes or no? Who wants to secure our border? Yes or no? Who wants a pro-life senator? Yes, no? Who wants a pro-Second Amendment senator? Yes, no? Who wants John Kennedy to be our senator? Yes! Now, if you mean that, you need to get 10 people to vote today, early voting. If you mean that, you need to win. Early voting starts today. When the day of voting comes, get 10 more people. I tell you how to do it. You call up somebody who's perhaps stuck in their home. Their car's broken down. You call them up and the first question is, who are you voting for? If they say the other guy, you say, oh, I hope you feel better, you know. But if they say John Kennedy, you say, can I give you a ride? And you do that 10 times. Because right now, you are the most important person to get John Kennedy elected. You. And let me tell you what you've done. Since 2008, since when President Obama got elected, and a Democratic majority in the House and the Senate passed Obamacare, not a single Republican vote, ever since then, you have been demanding change. You elected a Republican House, you elected a Republican Senate, and we've been rolling it back. But always the president was there to veto. You just elected Donald Trump. And now we need an exclamation mark on what's been going on for the last 8 years. We need John Kennedy to go out there and to help us replace Obamacare, to lower taxes, to make America great again. So I have one more yes/no question. Who is going to get 10 other people to vote? You? Yes? No? Do it! Thank y'all!
Thank you all so much. It's so exciting. We're going to ask all of our speakers to come back up on stage so we can give them all a round of applause and thank them for their hard work every day. Thank you so much, and thanks to all of you for doing such a great job getting ready for our Vice President-elect and John Kennedy to arrive. We're going to take just a few minutes break, just a short break between now and when they arrive. We'll be back up in just a few minutes. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pat. Great job. You can tell the joke.
Joe Seals back here in the RSBN studio here in Auburn, Alabama. We are expecting Governor Mike Pence, Vice President-elect Mike Pence, to be coming up shortly here at about probably 2 o'clock Eastern Time. Thank you for tuning in. We will be broadcasting live all next week. There are more Trump rallies, and you're going to love it. Just wanted to update you guys quickly, really quick, and let you know what was going on. We have lots of things coming. I hope you enjoyed Dennis Michael Lynch this morning. We did a little test and just a little teaser of the things that are coming soon. You guys check out our new stream that will be starting our new show. That will be starting next week, RSBN Live, where we will host a show from our studios, our new studios here in Auburn. We'll also show you our new studios and the things that we've been working on. You will also see several new characters, new figures here on RSBN. We have lots of new hosts coming in, lots of programming coming up. This is amazing in what we've been working on for the last several months, and you have been a huge part of it. So please continue to donate to us at rsbn.tv/donate. A new show with Cassie Dillon. She is a superstar. You need to check her out on Twitter at Cassie Dillon. We'll start next week, so make sure you tune into that. And we're going to get off here and let these folks speak. So we had a false alarm there again. We're expecting Governor Pence, Vice President-elect Pence, to speak at 2 Eastern. That is what I'm hearing, but I don't know for sure. In any event, John Kennedy, I'm sure, will be speaking just prior to that. So you guys keep it tuned right here, Right Side Broadcasting. We have a lot coming up. You guys are going to be blown away next week. You're going to be blown away at all the new things that we have come up with and that we've been working on. Our new studios in D.C. soon. We're just going to be bringing you so many things that you're going to want. Please stop. We're going to be winning so much that you guys are going to be like, please stop winning so much. And we're going to say no, because we're going to make broadcasting great again. And Avi, what's going on, man? Take it live. Take it live. I want to break in here one more time and give a shout out to Avi. Berkowitz, who is a big player in this Facebook Live stuff. He's the genius behind the Facebook Live. We've been streaming all the Donald Trump rallies and such to Donald's Facebook page, Mr. Trump's Facebook, the President-elect's Facebook page. I want to be proper here. Over the last several months, and he's the guy behind all that. As you know, we simulcasted all the rallies to Mr. Trump's Facebook page. So please check him out on Twitter, because there's big things coming from this guy, let me tell you. He's on Twitter at Avi Berkow. That's AVIBERKOW. You got to follow him, man. You got to follow him, because there's lots of stuff coming. You're going to love it. He's got lots of updates. He'll tweet you the schedule for the victory thank you tour that Trump's doing. So check him out on Twitter at Avi Berkow, AVIBERKOW. Hey, good afternoon. Joe Seals back here at the RSBN studio here in Auburn, Alabama. Just wanted to give you a quick update and let everybody know that we're expecting the Vice President-elect shortly, and also John Kennedy, who's running for the Senate there in Louisiana. This is for the runoff election that they are about to hold soon. The Get Out the Vote rally that we're doing with the GOP. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and also remind everybody to follow my friend Avi Berkowitz on Twitter. That's AVIBERKOW. Now, this guy's amazing. So he's helped us a lot. So he always watches Right Side Broadcasting. So he's a big fan of ours, and he and I have been doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes together. He was instrumental in there at the Trump campaign at Trump Tower and getting all the rallies live on Facebook. So follow him on Twitter. Also, an update about next week. We are going to be at all of the rallies. There are some rallies up on the schedule right now at donaldjtrump.com/schedule. We'll be taking that live, all of those rallies, and there could be some more pop up on there here in a few days. And so you can watch all those rallies live on Right Side, and also the elevator camera. We're deciding whether or not to go back up to New York or not next week to do that. It just depends on the rallies. Resources are kind of limited for us right now because of our new studio, our new programming and things. So I'm really letting one camera guy handle the bulk of things. And if there are rallies, then we may not be there, but we'll keep you updated on that. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully the action will start here shortly.
Louisiana. You know, for the past year, I've been saying that I believe America's best days lie ahead. I believe that our future can be better than our present or our past. But not if we keep going in the direction that the Washington insiders have taken us for the past 8 years. And because of the gentleman that I am now having the pleasure to introduce, that direction is about to change. Vice President-elect Mike Pence is a lifelong Hoosier from the great state of Indiana. He has been described as a Christian, a conservative, and a Republican in that order. And the reason he's been described that way is because that is how he describes himself. Something we can identify with in Louisiana. The Vice President-elect served 6 terms in the United States Congress. And he is the 50th governor of the state of Indiana, the great state of Indiana. What he has done as governor of that wonderful state is nothing short of extraordinary. As governor, he implemented the largest tax cut in the history of the state. Not the second largest, not the third largest, but the largest tax cut in the history of Indiana. And he did it while adding money to higher education and adding to the state's surplus. Throughout his career, Vice President-elect Pence has believed that every life is precious, whether it's 82 years old or 82 seconds old. Throughout his career, Vice President-elect Pence has been a steadfast supporter of the United States Constitution, including but not limited to the Second Amendment. And throughout his career, Vice President-elect Pence has demonstrated time and time again that he believes you can spend the money you earn better than government can. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to join me and give a warm Louisiana welcome, like you were in Tiger Stadium on Saturday night, to my new Vice President, your new Vice President, Louisiana's new Vice President, and in January, the new Vice President of the United States of America, Mike Pence. I'm Mike Pence. I'm from Indiana. And thanks in part to a landslide victory for our next president here in Louisiana. In just a few short weeks, I'll raise my right hand with my left hand on the Bible, my family at my side, and I will take the oath of office to be your next Vice President of the United States of America. And I'm so humbled. I'm so humbled to be with you today to say thanks on behalf of my family. But I also came here to say thank you. Thank you for such a decisive landslide victory for President-elect Donald Trump, a president who will make America great again. It's great to be back in Louisiana. I just hung up the phone from our president-elect. He said to send greetings to you all and to say how grateful he was for the tremendous support of the people of Louisiana. But he said, I have one more thing to ask, and that is to send John Kennedy to the United States Senate.
come down and make it clear to the people of Louisiana that President-elect Donald Trump and I support John Kennedy as your next senator 100%. I'm so grateful to be with all of you today. I truly am. I appreciate you all taking time. And I'm not going to keep you because early voting is open today until 6 p.m. But I got a few things I'd like to share by way of thanks and a challenge of the opportunity the people of Louisiana have. But first and foremost, I want to thank you for the Louisiana team in Washington, D.C. The majority whip in the United States House of Representatives, Steve Scalise, an incredible leader, is going to work with this president-elect and make America great again. To the man John Kennedy is going to join in the United States Senate, Senator Bill Cassidy, a great conservative voice in our nation's capital. I want to thank your great delegation to the Congress, Congressman John Fleming, Congressman Ralph Lamrens, Congressman Garrett Graves. These are strong conservative voices in our nation's capital. And I want to thank your Attorney General. I served with him in the Congress. I've occasionally seen him wear a tie. Jeff Landry told me today I'll be wearing one on January 20th. Your Attorney General, Jeff Landry, is here. Thank you so much. And let me just say, as I gather around so many of these great leaders here in Louisiana and around neighbors and friends, it's good to be back in Louisiana. I will tell you the most inspiring day for me on the campaign was back in August, when our now President-elect Donald Trump made the decision to get on the plane and come down and walk the neighborhoods with the victims of that 100 years fire. It's incredibly inspiring to see the resilience of the people of Louisiana, the determination to rebuild, the generosity of people in every community to come alongside neighbors and friends as Donald Trump and I walk through those besieged neighborhoods, and to see the way our first responders and law enforcement community worked in many ways when their own families were impacted by the floods around the clock. Louisiana, you inspired the nation, and I promise you our President-elect and I are going to be with you all the way through to recovery. Now, I stand here today deeply grateful and deeply humbled by the opportunity you've given to my little family and the opportunity the people of Louisiana have given the American people. And I want to tell you, I'll tell you firsthand, our President-elect is working around the clock to build a team and advance an agenda that will make America great again. We're going to be ready on day one. As Senator Cassidy and these great members of Congress and Congressman Scalise knows, we've already been working. We've been working with members of the House and the Senate leadership to lay out that Trump agenda that you've made possible from that strong vote here in Louisiana. And let me tell you what we're able to do. Because of your support from the outset of this new Congress, and once we elect John Kennedy to that Republican majority, we're going to repeal Obamacare lock, stock, and barrel. We'll have a president after January 20th who will sign the repeal of Obamacare, and we'll set the Congress and the nation on the course of free market reforms that give the American people not more choices in health care and not more government. We're also going to work with this Congress to put the safety and security of the American people first. In the very week that we saw one more terrorist-inspired attack in the heartland in Columbus, Ohio, I promise you, President-elect Donald Trump, when he takes office, will rebuild our military. We will suspend immigration from nations compromised
by terrorism, and we will hunt down and destroy ISIS at its source. And to get this economy moving again, I hope you could tell this week that we have elected as our president-elect a man of action. He picked up the phone and called a company that announced all the way back in February that they were leaving my home state of Indiana. They didn't even want to talk about the possibility of staying. But I was there in the office. It wasn't even a week after the election when President-elect Donald Trump picked up the phone, called the parent company of Carrier, and he said, look, we're going to cut taxes. We're going to roll back regulations. We're going to have smarter and tougher trade deals, and make no mistake about it, Carrier decided to stay in America because America chose Donald Trump to be the next president of the United States. And I promise you, working with both of your senators and a newly elected senator in John Kennedy, we're going to cut taxes across the board for working families, small businesses, and family farms. We're going to lower the business taxes in America so that American companies here in Louisiana can compete with companies around the world. And President-elect Donald Trump is going to repeal every single unconstitutional executive order that Barack Obama has signed. And I promise you that we're going to work with this Congress as well. When you send John Kennedy to Washington, D.C. to work with Bill Cassidy and these great leaders, we're going to put the interests of the citizens of America first. We're going to uphold the laws of this nation for the citizens of this nation. We're going to build a wall, enforce our laws, and then illegal immigration once and for all. There's so much more I could mention, but as I stand before you today asking you to support this good man as your next senator, perhaps there's nothing more important, nothing of more long-term impact than the fact that our next president will serve for a 4-year term, right before he serves for another 4-year term. But our next president will have the opportunity not just to fill one vacancy on the Supreme Court, but maybe 2 and maybe 3, setting the course and destiny of the Supreme Court of the United States for a generation. That's what you've wrought, Louisiana. But we need partners in the United States Senate to support the president-elect's nominee to the highest court in the land. We will nominate people who uphold our Constitution, stand for the sanctity of life, our Second Amendment, and all of our God-given liberties enshrined in the Bill of Rights. And that's John Kennedy. So I'm really here to say thank you. But I'm also here to ask you for your help one more time for one more week to make sure that we have partners in the United States Senate and in the House who will give us the support that we need to move forward the President-elect's agenda to make America great again. And so I stand before you, Louisiana, simply to say that we need John Kennedy in the United States Senate. We truly do. By electing John Kennedy as your next senator, you're going to put an exclamation point at the end of a great American victory in 2016. So let's make it happen, Louisiana. Like President-elect Donald Trump, John Kennedy is committed to repealing Obamacare, reducing taxes, rolling back the kind of regulations that are stifling American energy here in the Gulf. John Kennedy is going to work with the President, Donald Trump, to drive us toward American energy independence. And like our President-elect, a Senator John Kennedy is going to arrive in Washington, D.C. He's going to change the course and direction of our nation's capital. He's going to make sure that once again we have government as good as our people. And John Kennedy and Bill Cassidy are going to help Donald Trump drain the swamp in Washington, D.C. And as I mentioned before, working with our president-elect, I'm absolutely confident that as a senator, John Kennedy will support nominees to the Supreme Court that will uphold our Constitution in the tradition of the late and great Justice Antonin Scalia. So Louisiana, I'm really here to say thanks. But we have one more race to win this year. And it's right here in your great state. I'm here to say thank you. Thank you for all you've done. All you've done so far, but we need one more push. In the 7 days that remain between now and when polls close 1 week from today in Louisiana, we need you to do a few things. First and foremost, vote. Vote to send John Kennedy to the United States Senate. And you can vote today. I checked. I got off the plane. We actually landed at another airport because the runways here were a little too short for the plane they got me on. And I know a little something about landing on short runways. We want you to vote, but I checked before I got off the plane, and I found out early voting ends today here in Louisiana. And just in case you didn't know about it, Orleans Parish residents can vote at Lake Vista Community Center, 6500 Spanish Fort Boulevard, New Orleans, Louisiana. Open today, 8:30 to 6 p.m. Go vote. Go vote. You can listen to the game on the radio. Is that all right? Just go vote. And remember, friends don't let friends vote alone. Grab a friend and go vote to make John Kennedy the next senator in the great state of Louisiana. And so, someone I forgot to mention, Roger Wicker is a great senator from Mississippi. He's with us today. He chairs the senatorial committee. He's marshaled resources from across America. Thank you to the National Senatorial Committee for your great support. So if you're taking notes, I need you to vote today, if possible. Bring a friend. Or in the meantime, between now and next Saturday, I need you to go tell somebody. If what I've said here today, reminding you of what we accomplished as Americans in electing President-elect Donald Trump and re-electing majorities in the House and Senate, if those reasons for a stronger, more prosperous America that stands on the foundation of our constitutional liberties and best traditions in America, that drives relentlessly toward energy independence here in the Gulf and beyond, then I need you to go tell somebody. In between now and when the polls close next Saturday, you just got to go tell somebody. Reach out to a neighbor and friend at worship, at work, and just tell them. I mean, the truth of the matter is this is a turnout election. And the truth is that the people that turn out here in Louisiana are going to play a leading role in whether or not President-elect Donald Trump has partners in the United States Senate that will work to advance the Trump agenda to make America great again. So reach out to your neighbors and friends. Come alongside and make sure that Louisiana does its part to make John Kennedy the next great senator from this great state. So go tell somebody. And lastly, I would say, vote early with a friend. Go tell somebody all week long. The last thing I'd tell you is the sweetest words that I ever hear, and the sweetest words I know our president-elect ever hears, are when people will say to you out on the campaign trail or since, I'm praying for you. So if you ever mind to bend the knee and bow the head, it's a good time to do it. And I'm not talking so much about this election or any one election. I'm talking about the fact that this is a very challenging time in the life of our nation. It seems like we've got unknowable threats abroad and more division here at home than Americans have been accustomed to in my lifetime. I was with our president-elect in Cincinnati the other night. Thousands of people turned out at a big arena in Cincinnati. And he said then what I know to be true, having gotten to know this man over the last 6 months. He said that when the American people are united, there's nothing that we can't accomplish. And as President of the United States, Donald Trump is going to bring the American people together, and he will make America great. All the people of this country. So I just encourage you, if you're of a mind to remember that those words that our forebears have clung to have been true for thousands of years and are still true today in these divided times. That if his people who are called by his name will humble themselves and pray, that I know in my heart of hearts he'll do what he's always done. He'll hear from heaven and he'll heal this land, this one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. So, men and women of Louisiana, thank you for taking time on a Saturday afternoon to come out to see me. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to express the heartfelt gratitude of our president-elect to the people of Louisiana and the gratitude of my little family you've given us the opportunity to serve. And thank you for allowing us to come and express what he said to me a couple of times on the phone before I just got out of the car. The 100% support of President-elect Donald Trump and I asking you to elect John Kennedy as the next great senator from the great state of Louisiana. Let's go get it done, everybody. Let's make it happen.
Joe Seals back here at the Right Side Broadcasting Network studios in Auburn. Thanks for tuning in today. You just heard Vice President-elect Mike Pence give a speech. We're trying to get John Kennedy elected to the United States Senate in Louisiana for the runoff. It's our pleasure to be here today. Shout out to the people behind the scenes at the GOP and the Trump campaign who worked with us to help get this up. Right Side will be live next week. And we're going to be live tomorrow. We're going to do a special event tomorrow. More details on that. We'll be live at a protest event. That's all I can tell you right now. But you'll see it soon enough. And also remember, we have lots of Trump rallies coming up next week. We're going to give you a tour of our brand new newsroom, our studio. We're trying to take on the mainstream media. So please donate to us at rsbn.tv/donate. rsbn.tv/donate. Donations are the lifeblood of our company, and without it, we cannot survive. So please help us at rsbn.tv/donate. We look forward to next week to bringing you lots of new programming. The programming rolls out next week, folks. All the stuff we've been talking about over the last several months, it's finally happening. It's finally happening, and you're going to see it come out this week, and we can't wait to show it to you. Thanks for everything. Thanks for the support. We're going to keep this feed up until the Vice President-elect leaves, and then we'll fade it on out. Have a good day. Trump mocks disabled reporter. Trump kicks disabled mother and child out of rally. All those things that you heard the mainstream media talk about. And what did the people do? They got smart. They went to YouTube. They looked up the new media. And they saw the truth. They were able for the first time to see full-length speeches. Everybody thinks that they put Mr. Trump over the top. The truth is, we all played a part. And without you guys sharing our streams, look, 100,000 less votes in 3 swing states, and we could have a very, very different result. So we all did it. And now the real work begins. And we ask that you join us and help us, rsbn.tv/donate. We're going to be at every single event, White House events. It's going to be amazing around here. Very soon, this place is going to be hopping. And you'll see our studio and what we've been working on. Next week, live on Right Side Broadcasting. I'm going to sign off now. Good afternoon. Have a great weekend. See you back here tomorrow for something special.